what's up? Good morning, everyone. It is April 13th, 2022, 8:31 Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. So, wow, what a market. What a market. What a market. Market was very crazy. So, today, we have a couple events here. Let's see who's out there. I think, hey, James, what's up? Good morning. All right, getting used to this time frame. All right, good job. All right, so guess what? April 15th, it's tax season. So what does that mean for the markets? It means that we could see an event of selling occurring for taxes. So that is a possibility. Just want to throw it out there. You always got to be alert of what is ahead of us for this week. And that could be an event. So is this selling due to that? I know CPI numbers came out. I actually looked through the numbers. Things weren't that good, so I don't know, but I think that they speculate that the CPI, core inflation, is peaking. Like, at least that's in theory. That's what they suggest, and the inverted yield curve kind of reverse, so it's better. But the overnight market in the futures market, I'm going to show you this right now. Whoa, okay. I'm going to show you this right now. The overnight market in futures, let's go to futures. Futures are reverse, right? So we had this huge rally and about, let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Huge rally, right? This is the futures market on the E-minis. This is actually live. This is not live. So basically at 43.76 rallied into overnight action. So we hit the top of 44.29. And now we're just gave it back at the pre-market open here, 44.27, and we went all the way down to about 42.86. So roughly about 30 handles down. So from this is just the last couple hours. So 1, 2, 3 hours, you just gave back 30 handles. So is this going to continue? Don't know. It's 8:30. We still got an hour to the cash open, and we're gonna just see where we go. Key levels to watch here today. I gave you on my Patreon, but I believe it's, let me see real quick. Key level to watch are going to be this 43.60, and I already have it jotted down on the E-minis. Okay, 43.60 is a key level, and then on the upside is going to be 44.66, which puts me right in there. Right in there. So I think that the market could be range bound in between these two key levels, and we're going to figure out, it should remain in between this for the remainder of the week, but anything is possible. So we're going to be looking at that. Okay, so we'll see. Right now, buyers are coming in right at this level here of 43.82. That's where they came in 1, 2, 3 times. So let's see if they come back in. Looks like it's trying to rally here, but we'll see. JP Morgan just announced, I guess, and they just stated JP Morgan's profit drops as economy worsens. It just came out 2 minutes ago. Earnings were weaker than expected and sharply lower than a year ago. But the lender disclosed a 30 billion share buyback. Inflation is manageable. Okay, so we have some mixed signals this morning. We do have earnings reports. Some banks are announcing earnings, but let's see how this works. All right, let's just dive into it, and let's see what we can see. So let's look at it from a bigger point of view here, and we're just gonna potential movers, market environment. Okay, market environment. Okay, so down we're looking at the S&P 500, and we're looking at the NASDAQ and the Russell. Okay, so right now the Dow's down about 0.1%. Futures are up down about 2%. And the NASDAQ futures are trying to go positive, believe it or not. Crude oil is above over 100, and Bitcoin's trying to climb above 40K. All right, so right now the futures market is 43.91, and those are live quotes. Right? So 43.91 is going to put me right around 44.01. that is still going to put us above where we open on the XPX. So right where we close. So nothing has really changed. The key question here is what's going to happen here. Will we hold this level right here and try to get back above the 50, which is around 44.27, or and all the moving averages are curling down, as well as the MACD. Is this going to have more momentum to the downside? Are we going to test these lows down here, right? 42.71. And then, again, this is from a longer perspective, guys. If we break zero here on the MACDs, then more than likely we're probably going to say we're going to retest these levels. Okay. On the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ is trying to hold strong right now. It's 13,955. So we're looking at, it's trying to hold. It's trying to hold this level again. So if this is going to bounce, we'll know real early if it's a bounce. So meaning it's going to hold, and bounce, hold, and bounce, or is the momentum telling me it's going lower? All the moving averages still continue going lower. Then that's probably going to be a clue that it's not going to bounce, and we probably have a date with these lows back here at 13,000. Now, is it going to happen this week? Today, don't know, but anything is possible. We are feeling a little bit more bearish than bullish at this moment of time, meaning that I believe that if we do go higher, that's probably going to be short-lived. And I think that the bearish biasness is going to be a little bit longer than the bullish biasness, okay? As far as the IWM, which is a Russell, same type of thing, with the banking sector announcing, and again, this JP Morgan. This week we have a lot of banks announcing, which will affect the Russell, and I think that's the reason why the Russell is kind of holding steady. So it's waiting on these announcements. But the Russell, the futures, NASDAQ futures are starting to go positive. So that's a plus. Let's see what the Russell does here. And again, it's kind of like no man's land. Can it get above 2033? If not, MACDs look a little weaker. Can it maybe, base right around here, around 1950, I would say. That's a nice round number. Okay. The XPX yesterday, again, we didn't rally. I thought at the open yesterday that we were going to rally into this, but we did not. We stopped right at that 44.66 and 44.70, right at the highs of the day before, and we sold off right into the lows. So we hit our levels here on the indice here, and let me see if I got the angel indicator here. You can put that up there. I don't know if it works right now. You do have to reset it. So anyway, these are the top 5 stocks in the S&P, tech heavy, that basically, as you can tell, we rallied the first hour, right? And you can tell, and then it just went red for the majority of the day, as you can tell, as it hit the highs, and we hit some pretty decent levels. To the downside. So right now, are we going to bounce? Should we bounce? Yeah, we probably should bounce off of these levels here, 43.81, maybe reclaim 4,400, and we'll see about that. As far as, again, we'll see. We're at 43.94. So we're going to open up a little higher, 43.94. That's going to put us around 44.04, right in there. So the key question, are we going to bounce? I would like it to bounce, but we'll see. And how far up do we bounce? Okay, the VIX right now is, we can tell fear is coming back into the marketplace. So this was Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Do we continue higher, or do we stay in this area and then die down for Thursday and Friday? Or remember, we have 2 more days. So we only have Wednesday, we have Thursday. Friday, we're closed. So what happens here? Do we stay in this level here, and do we sell off into the weekend, or is it going to be bought? Or is the flip side of it, is inflation peaked? Don't know if it's inflation peaked, right? But that's kind of like it's been thrown out there. Yeah, good morning, Win. What's up? Yeah, we had a red day. Hope you guys capitalized. We got a lot of people who took advantage of the levels yesterday. We did very, very well. But let's see. All right, so let's set up any trades that's coming up right now. Potential movers. So right off the bat, we're going to be looking at the overall markets here, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and this is the 15-minute time frame. All I'm looking for is potential plays that could move the market. So again, Tesla squeezing really, really nice. I don't know what that happens here. But we are squeezing. We're in this tight range here of 971, and this we went up to that 1020, and then there's that 1009, I believe. But there's a range here, right? 1020 is definitely gonna pop it, or is it gonna sell it off? And then we have this on the bottom level. We have this 960. I think it's 961. 961. The way to look on Tesla. So it's in a range right now. So it's about a 50 point, maybe 60 point range right now. So just know that on Tesla for the last couple of days. ISRG. Again, just so let's look. CMG selling off. Okay. Let's look. I'm just trying to see if there's anything potentials here. Okay, NVIDIA. So we got Taiwan Semiconductors announcing this week too. I think that's going to be dependent on NVIDIA. Is going to be dependent on what they say. Okay, there's a lot of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's really, as far as the inflation numbers. It was just you got to trade the levels. Try to have a loose opinion, but yeah. Let me see. So a couple of factors with the S&P 500 right now. I mean, you got what? You got war, right? You got high inflation, potential conflict with China, or the Chinese lockdowns, right? So, from a macroeconomic point of view, it's not really very bullish. So that's why we got to look at the technicals, right? Then you have tax season, which is, is there going to be an event for people to pay their taxes? So that's something we also got to worry about. So again, so let's dive into the spiders. Spiders right now are, again, these are the levels for the Patreon here that I wrote. Again, it just makes it real easy when I'm looking at things, where to get in, where to get out. As you can tell, let's see, 4360. So what I'm looking at this level here, 4360. The bull's going to come back in. Do we retest that level? This is going to be a key level, 436, which is roughly right in there too, 436. Are they going to be coming in and being bought there, right? Is it going to be buying and go a little higher to 4403? Possibly a 44, right? And then if it starts breaking above that, then that's probably going to be the 50. But there are some key levels here that I'm looking for. Now, if this gets taken out, guys, then we're going to have to probably look out below. We're probably going to go much, much lower. So we'll see. So these are key levels that we'll be watching for the market moving forward. Right now, if we're just looking at the 50-minute time frame, right here, this is still dropping. The MACDs are going a little higher, so it's giving me a little bit of divergence. It's telling me that this, this should probably consolidate into the open, and we'll see what happens. As far as the 50-minute time frame on the spiders, we are going sideways. We are basing, as you can tell. 436 is right there. Want to see what happens here. So again, we have about another 45 minutes into the open. Futures, it'll be great if we can get above 4,400 on the futures. We're at 43.96 right now. And that will 4,400 will put us right in here, right above the 50. And then it looks a little bit better. But right now, as far as the spiders, we're having a squeeze here. So will it squeeze higher or lower, right? We're working above 50. It's telling me maybe higher. So maybe we can get up to 43.90, maybe 440. We did work our way up here pre-market, and it sold off right at 441. So 441, there's a lot of sellers today pre-market. They're coming in. So 441, we'll see if the sellers still remain there. They're going to press it down. All right, so we have now, I'm going to be looking at the QQQs. The QQQs. So we have the Qs here. Again, the Qs are trying to rally. The Qs are trying to rally here. Okay, so we are seeing some positive news here coming out of the Qs. So this is good. Again, can we get above this 340? So we'll see. Getting mixed signals here at the open. You know, we're trying to rally. Can the Qs get up to this 344? Let's see how it reacts there. Again, we got some sideways consolidation on the 15-minute time frame, meaning we're at the lower end. We start breaking above that. Pre-market 343, 344. They've been selling it, as you can tell, on the 1-minute time frame. We got that 343. Trying to rally. Let's see if it goes. Let's see if it goes. You got IWM next. IWM basing here, huge sell off here. We have a potential squeeze occurring here on the hourlies. Again, let's see what happens. Does it sell off? Look at them. It could come back down, maybe retest these up to 195, or does it hold here on the 50-minute time frame? Seeing some weakness here again, but just kind of going sideways. 1 minute, it is going up. Let's see how far up it can go, and does it hold? Does it hold? All right, let's look at Tesla. Okay, on the hourlies, again, squeezing, right? But this can go either way. So we expect a big move coming on Tesla on the hourlies. Let's see what happens here. If the overall market needs to be positive here, but we have a squeeze occurring right here. And it's going to move. It's going to move one way, shape, or form. Right now, not really to the upside, more to the downside. But let's see. I think if the market reacts, we did fill out this gap here, and we're just going sideways on Tesla right now, which coincides with a squeeze. Right now, Tesla is working his way lower, right, on the 1-minute time frame. So trying to work way lower. Let's see if 960 is going to be a key level. 961. All right, but we are working our way lower here on Tesla. Let's look at Google, the usual suspects. Google working its way lower. You know, we're rallying here. We're trying to. Again, we're still bearish, sold off here. Still trying to rally. Let's see if it can squeeze or come to a squeeze. Again, we have 2 more days. Maybe Google, does it go lower, right? It's trying to rally. It really is trying to rally, but we'll see. But I'm not seeing any basing patterns, guys. That's the main thing that I'm kind of like, every pop is being sold. So just be careful. Choose your spots here. Amazon, the squeeze from hourly just broke down. Still looks like it's got some room to go. Sideways consolidation, which is usually key to this squeeze coming together. Trying to rally. Let's see. Pre-market's selling off. They're trying to take it up, but it's selling off. So let's see. Can it move today? Nasdaq still positive. The Nasdaq futures are still positive. We got CMG. I'm gonna look at Twitter too. I have a thesis on Twitter. Chipotle selling off. All right. Yeah, this is very bearish. All right. Twitter. We'll do Twitter and Shopify. All right. So Twitter. Okay. So here's the deal on Twitter. Twitter is being bought by Elon, right? So we know that. We know that he resigned from the board or did not accept the board seat. We also know that he wants to change Twitter. So in order for him to do that, what does he have to do? He has to buy more shares. Is he going to abandon that? Well, I don't think so. But he's very, very smart. So the question is he going to buy shares at $41, $44, or is he going to buy shares back here at $32? So this is more of a play. Watch Twitter. I do like Twitter for that reason, but I don't think he's going to buy at 44. So Twitter might sell off, might fill this gap here at 40. And then if you're looking to buy Twitter in longer term, now this is the daily on the left. Longer term, I think that we'll probably be looking at closer to 37 for a longer term play on Twitter, right? Because I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon, right? We had a breakout, broke out, retest. Let's see if we can retest that 37.38, even possibly 40 for a retest, and maybe he'll add shares more there. As far as for trading Twitter, at this moment, on the hour, Twitter is going lower. Obviously, yesterday went from 46 down to about $44. Squeezing here. Is this squeeze going to be to the downside? Trying to rally pre-market here, but how high can we go? Pre-market sold off at 45, 46, $44. And let's see, this is probably going to run out soon. Probably come back to retest at $44, which puts us right here for a squeeze. Can it go lower? So you need 44, and these are not really big moves, but they're cheap. They're cheap option guys. So that's why we're looking at these. Shopify. We talked about this at the this week's class. I was talking to one of the guys, and it was interesting because we were looking at the 570, 580 put yesterday, and sure enough, those puts, the 580s, they were $1. They went from $1 to about $8. 580s. And we actually set that trade up overnight, right overnight. It was overnight during the class. We have classes usually on Sundays, but I think we're going to move them. And it's around an hour, 2 hours. We talk about the trading system, market psychology, money management, and I think we're just going to be focusing on one or two so we can really know the levels and know how to prepare for the market, so we know exactly how to set up. And I'm going to do that right now. So, but Shopify looks good. Right now, I mean, sold off to 50. We might have a continuation sell-off here in the hourly. So let's see if it can go up to about 600 and maybe to the downside looking at the 550s or the 500 puts, right? Let's look at those in case this flips, but it doesn't look as going to, but we'll see. You have a key level. If Shop can take out 586, 585, this is where they announced the split, right? They announced the split at 585 and it went up. So if it gets to 585, a place where they announced the split and it goes lower, it's probably going to drop to 550, maybe even 500. I did see a lot of contracts come in for the 500 puts for next week's and this week puts. I also saw a lot of contracts for the 550 puts for this week and next week's. Just FYI. So again, remember, today's a short week, but is it too late? Let's see. Maybe another setup here. All right, I'm going to look at spiders. Let's see where the spiders at, and we'll set those up. So first, for today, let's set something up here. For today, we got spiders. Right now, looks a little bit weak. Let's see what happens here in the next 50 minutes. If we stay in this range, right around 438, we can probably retest this 437, which is not that much. 438. All right. I would wait for the next first 30 minutes and find out. Let's find out if we can get closer to this 440. Right now, MACDs are not really giving me a clear direction, and these are not squeezing. On the 50-minute time frame, we are squeezing a little bit, so maybe we can hold this area 437 and 441. If this starts, right now it's losing a little bit of weakness. If it starts climbing here, let's see what happens. Right around 439. So, clear direction here. We're getting close to a squeeze here. So, if the 1 minute, I guess we can take out for that 438, 439. We can probably go a little higher. So let me see here. So for puts, maybe have the 435, 436, maybe even the there's one here if you want a lotto for the 430. If you do the 430s, do not buy tomorrow's expiration. Maybe buy a week, 2 weeks out, if you feel like that's going to be an event. But that's another target I have there if this gets taken out. Or just wait till it reacts here. Maybe if it comes back down here, wait, see what the indicators are telling if it's bullish or bearish. And then if we get bullish, then maybe the bulls are going to come back and drive it up to 44.03. So this is the case. If it sells off into the close, which is the next about 30-some minutes, and we go to here, the bulls can come back in this 436 area. So I'm going to just make this a little bigger because this is for 436. Okay, that is 436. So let's see if the bulls come in here. If they do, then we're going to be looking at the 440 calls, the 443 calls, and somewhere in there for a bounce back up higher. If we go lower, right now that is a low probability trade from the 50. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we're going to go lower without going up first to reset. So this could be an exhaustion sell here, but we're kind of going sideways right now. So more sideways consolidation. So watch it. This is kind of choppy whipsaw action right now, if you notice. So if you're taking off the 15-minute time frame, you know, right now at the entrance at 439, maybe a trade down to 436. We're at 438 right now. So that's about 2 points. That's 20 XP axis lower. So right now we're getting the entry pre-market right now on the SPY. So again, unfortunately the market's closed, so we can't take those entries, but if we did, this would be a perfect entry right now to the downside because we got them both, right? Let me see here. You got them both here. Right there. Okay, so let's see. They're taking it down pre-market. Let's see how far they take it down, and then we're gonna assess the situation. That's what we got. If you're doing the E-minis here, E-minis, they're working his way lower. Again, just take a decimal away, and we'll see. All right, guys, that's all we got. That's all we have. So get ready, get those calls and puts ready. Don't overtrade. You know, don't overtrade. Let the trade comes to you, and that's it. That's it. Just no excitement today. Just keep it simple. Crude is about 102. Futures are climbing. The S&P is trying to climb. I don't know if this is going to last, though. You know, the S&P is trying to go positive, but it's under attack at this moment of time. All right, guys, you have the levels. Again, chill, relax, get your options ready on a page, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.